Hi, hello, good afternoon. I actually did a post yesterday. Apologies, I was going to do two more, but I was just so tired last night that after moving my children's stuff to their dad's house, I just physically could not keep my eyes open any longer. Only to have the police knock on my door this morning. I kid you not. Some unscrupulous bastard, I don't know who they are, has decided to phone social services on me and my children. And I had the police banging on the door this morning, wanting to do a welfare check. And to be honest, the way I was treated was absolutely disgusting. I'm in the processes of decluttering a 2-bedroom house that I have lived in for 9 years with my kids. It is not going to look like you can eat your food off the floor. All right? My children's room doesn't even have any beds in it anymore. I'm in the processes of bagging and boxing everything up all on my own because I don't have anyone to help me. I have no friends, no family, no one to help me to pack. I have been constantly having to run myself ragged, going to meetings with the local council office who have done nothing but completely waste my time and lie to me. And now the worst thing that could ever have happened is I've got social services again crawling up my arse. And I say again because the last time they were crawling all over me was actually during COVID. It was just after my son was born, and it's actually his birthday this week. So instead of planning for his birthday party and saying, hey, it doesn't matter that, mommy's got to move house again and I've got to find somewhere new to live, you're going to have a great birthday. Now I've got an entire week of worrying as to when I'm going to get that knock on the door by social services and whether or not they're going to take my kids away. Because the last time they were here, it was something they tried to do. And I was very, very lucky that that didn't happen. My mom, she supported me. And she actually said, I help out and one thing and another. 7 years down the line, I've asked her for her help again. And she's basically told me to fuck off. That's my own mom. So it's one of them. I mean, families, you can't live with them and you definitely can't live without them. But everyone in the street who knows me or knows of me, who has lived here for 9 years, knows what I've been put through. And it's not like I've tried to hide it or lie about it on social media either, because I'm constantly saying people need to start speaking out. People need to start speaking up about the way people in this country are being treated. I keep going on about equal rights, equal opportunities, for migrants, people who are claiming asylum in the UK. What about the people that already live here? Where's our rights? Where's our protection? For 7 weeks now, I've been constantly saying to the council, are you going to help me? Are you going to support me? To just be mucked and messed around to the point where the moment they finally phone me and say, yes, you need to make an appointment and we'll make a decision on the day as to how we're going to support you, has now been a waste of fucking time. Because if my kids aren't living with me, because social services have now been called unfoundedly, yes again, and I will say it's unfounded, because every time they've been wrong in the past, it has been. So I guarantee you this time as well was something taken out of context and is just an absolute load of crap. First thing they're going to say is, I'm a single person. I don't have any children living with me. Social services have took them off me. Go and rehouse yourself. And so not only then have I become homeless, jobless, and penniless over the last 7 weeks, I now won't even have my children at Christmas. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. The only other thing that could make this year any worse than what it already is if the swelling in my brain from my intracranial hypertension gets so bad because of the stress I've been put under that I end up going blind permanently, or I end up having to have my skull drilled into to try and save my life. But at that point, I'll probably just say, do not resuscitate on my medical forms, because what have I got to live for? My children are my life, they are my world, and for 9 years of their lives, I have been hanging on by my fingernails, trying to support them, trying to house them, trying to do everything I can that can be humanly possibly done by any human being to have that all just ripped away from me. Just by somebody saying, We don't want you to live in our house anymore. We're going to Section 21 you. So just take care. And you know what? If your family or people around you are struggling, if in doubt, speak to them, for fuck's sake. I know I say to you, if in doubt, phone the police. You know, it's always a good idea to phone 999 in a case of an emergency. But I would not say that anything that happened yesterday or anything that was said yesterday or anything that people did yesterday warranted me having my door banged before 9 o'clock today, accusing me of child abuse and neglect. If anyone who lives in